Hi everyone, welcome to Best Recipes with Sharon. Now let's have some fun together with this recipe for Christmas sugar cookies. This recipe is very simple and easy to make, and you can decorate it as simple as you want or as difficult as you want it to be. I mean, you don't even have to roll it out if you don't want to. So let's get started with the recipe amount. Start with 1 cup of butter in a large mixing bowl. Then add 7 ounces of white sugar, which is just shy of a cup. Then mix that together until it's well incorporated. Then add 2 large eggs and mix that together until it's fluffy. Next, add 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar. Now just a pinch of salt. Then 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Then 2½ cups of all-purpose flour. Now add half a teaspoon of baking soda and 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. Then mix that together until it's really well incorporated once again, and the dough should look something like this. Now first of all, I'm going to show you quick and easy ways to use this dough. It doesn't even require it to be rolled out. So just take the cardboard off of a paper towel roll and cut it down the middle like this. Then take some parchment paper and place some dough on it, enough to fill the roll. Then roll it up and place it inside the cardboard and tape it so that it secures it, and chill it in the fridge. This is great for chilling overnight, or if you're traveling somewhere and you can keep it cold and you want to bake it when you get there, that works too. Now this will help to shape it into a round cookie, and all you have to do is slice it once you've got it chilled. Or you can place it in the freezer and it'll set a lot faster. Then I'm going to take the remaining dough and I'm going to place it in a Ziploc baggie and put it in the fridge overnight. I prefer to do it this way because I find the dough easier to handle and you use less flour. And I'll use this dough for rolling out. Now back to the cookies that we have chilled in the paper towel roll. You just cut them open like this, remove the parchment paper, then trim a little bit off of each end so that your cookies have a good shape. Slice the cookies about a 1/2 inch thick, and then place them on a cookie sheet that has parchment paper on it like this. These ones can be baked first and decorated after, or just left plain if you want. So then place them in a 350-degree oven for about 10 minutes, but I would check them in about 9 minutes. They should be lightly browned underneath, but not browned on top. Here are a few ideas to decorate before you bake. You can decorate them with some Christmas colors, or some chocolate chips, or you can put a few sprinkles on them, whatever colors you choose, or simply sprinkle sugar on top. After all, they are sugar cookies. Then place them in the oven and bake 350 degrees for 9 or 10 minutes, the same as you would the plain ones. And this is what they look like when they're done. Now how easy is that? Now on to decorating the ones that were baked plain. Now what I'm doing here is melting 2 types of chocolate, semi-sweet and white chocolate. I melt it in the microwave just for a few seconds, and then drizzle them on the top like this. You can use a squeeze bottle or a Ziploc bag, just cut a little hole in one corner. So far, this is what we've created. So stay with me and you'll see what we can do with rolled dough. So take the dough that you've stored in the Ziploc bag in the fridge and place it on parchment paper. Cut it in half so that you have room to roll it out. Then place another piece of parchment paper on top. Then work a little bit of flour into it to make it a rolling consistency. Make sure that your parchment paper is long enough that you can anchor it with your body against the counter. Then take your rolling pin and roll away from yourself. Roll the dough until it's about 1/4 inch thick. Then remove the top parchment paper and it's ready for cutting into whatever shapes you desire. Now as you can see, you just take your cookie cutter and cut them out right on top of the parchment paper. Then remove the dough from around the shapes of each cookie. Then just take your parchment paper and place it directly onto your baking pan. Cut out a few more shapes and do the same thing over again. This technique sure helps with keeping your cookie shape, and it sure beats the cookie falling apart when you're trying to transfer it to the pan. And if you have too much flour on your parchment paper, just dust it off with your brush like this. Then once again, just move it right over onto the baking sheet. Parchment paper is a wonderful thing for making your life a lot easier. I have a purpose for doing these hearts, but I'm also doing some complicated stars, and I just want to show you how they're done. There's an awful lot of cookie cutters out there, so you can have a lot of fun with them. This cookie cutter came in a little bit of a kit where it has the star and then it has a little piece for cutting out the middle like this. I got this at a kitchen store. Now I've done one of the stars. I'm going to do a second star that's a little bit more complicated in its own way. These cookie cutters are really helpful because they make the cookie look really sophisticated, but it's not all that much work. So it's quite easy to do if you can just find the right cookie cutters. And you can use your imagination and decorate it however you like. I'm doing a few sprinkles and some pearl dust on these ones. Now to show you what I'm doing with the heart-shaped cookies. These ones are much more labor intensive, I will warn you. The icing has to be the right consistency, and I found I had to chill them in between each color. And yeah, look at this, it's a snowman catching snowflakes. Isn't that cute? Yes, now the ideas are endless with this basic Christmas cookie recipe. So go ahead and use your imagination and have some fun with this one. I think I forgot to mention the taste. They taste wonderful. And the kind of cookie that you just want to have more than one for sure. Now thanks for watching Best Recipes with Sharon, and happy holidays!